for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and booty walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sin kiss goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti. Black girl magic, melanin popping. Whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, dog. When God made you, boo, you know he showed out. Mahogany enchantress, blessings overflow now. Picture of success, seductive silhouettes on a spiritual quest. Manifest and be blessed. Mother, sister, auntie, tribe of Ashanti. Rocking your locks, I got a close crop blondie. The curse and the gift, uplift, apply pressure. Nothing like a black girl getting a shift together. Nothing like a black girl getting a shift together. Nothing like a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. I'm your host, Ursula, and I am a transformation life coach as well as your host tonight. So each week I promise to deliver relevant topics that affect our community because only we can relate to each other in certain ways, and that's what this is for. All right, let's take care of some housekeeping. I know everyone is surprised to probably see me pop up on the personal Facebook page as well as the Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together business page, as well as my YouTube channel. But, you know, it's Thanksgiving and I feel like giving, so I decided to share the link. Why not? When in Rome. So that's what we're going to do. And thank you all for coming. Like I said, this is Thanksgiving Eve. And guess what? Today is the last day of season 3. I'm going on hiatus. I see you, Nick. I'm going on hiatus just for a month so I can practice some self-care. And I will return the first Wednesday of January 2022. But do not worry. I am going to post prior episodes so that we can all still stay in the link and in the know so we can be ready for when season 4 starts. All right, make sure and check out blackgirlsgettingtheirshifttogether.com, as well as go to all my social medias under the same name, Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. Enough housekeeping. Let's get right into tonight's show. All right. Do you feel stuck in life sometimes? I know I've experienced stuckness, and I have a guest in the waiting room, and he's going to give us some hacks on how to get over this stuckness. So I am going to bring this gentleman out of the waiting room.
Hey, Ursula, what's going on?
Hey, Nick, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for saying yes. This was very good. I just want to let the viewers and you know how I came across you. So anyone who knows me knows I am a Black girl getting her shift together. And I like to follow other melanated people and some non-melanated people, but I'm very drawn towards my melanin brothers and sisters. And I came across your page and I saw that you were a therapist. So I was stalking it for a little bit. And the reason why I reached out, because I really enjoy your Instagram post, because let me put a pin in that. The reason why I said hacks on how to get over stuckness, because whenever you come on, it's always like some quick hacks. 7 hacks to do this,
Yes.
4 hacks to
Yes.
do it. And it's like little snackable, edible, bite-sized pieces, and like you're done.
Yeah,
You say
60
it, and then you're
seconds.
gone. But it's very impactful. So I said, I'm gonna invite this brother so we can have a big Thanksgiving feast of snackable little nuggets that you drop.
Oh yeah, I got a couple morsels. That's what I do.
So thanks again for coming on. I was very excited when you replied and said yes. And I was like, yep, I'm going to end my season 3 with this brother here. And here we are.
Well, drops the mic. Boom. I feel honored to be a part of your show. I've been watching you for a while. I like some of the segments that you've done, and I'm glad to be a part of the mental health section. Mental health is what I do. It's my job to care about people's feelings. Um,
Mm,
and before it was my job, it was something. I think that's my ministry, right? I think it's something that I've always done. I've always been a resource and an ally to a lot of people. So I'm glad to be a part of helping people unpack and get refocused from feeling stuck.
yes. So speaking of mental health, before we get into the stuck part,
Uh-huh.
what made you want to become a therapist?
Yeah, so I was younger, and they said, "What's something you do for free?" And for me, it was always helping people. So I've always had like that helping field in me. Um, Went to school, wanted to actually be a pediatrician. Long story short, I ended up while I was in college, I also had a job. I was working like 53 hours at McDonald's a week,
Oh my
and
God.
I realized I was clumsy. Like I would make a McFlurry and sometimes I would just walk and drop it. So I was like, all right, I do not need a job where I can't say oops. All right. So surgery was off the table. So I
Oh my God. We not, yeah, we,
so I don't know, right? Divine intervention. So I cut that and then psych was very personable for me. It related to my life, my family. It was something that I could see making a huge impact and still be in the medical field. So
mhm.
they said, "What's something you do for free?" And I said, "I'll talk to people and help them all day." I got a bachelor's degree in psychology. I realized I couldn't really make a lot of money. $13 is what my first job offered me. And I said, "Hey, I need you to renegotiate that." And then she went to the hiring manager and her renegotiation was $13.03. And I was like, "Oh, this ain't it." So then I knew I needed a master's degree if I wanted to make any Skrilla, right?
I love that.
Culturally competent counseling, right? So if I wanted to make some change, I needed some extra. I need to go back for my master's, and then once I did that, I ended up getting my license because I mean, if you're going to do something, I love this field, and I always want to be the best in my craft, and I'm continuing to grow and evolve, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me, and I still enjoy doing it.
Really? Wow. What was some couple of fulfilling things that has happened that or any stick out right now?
Yeah, working with special needs demographic, people who experience autism, helping them, people who don't have echoics or basically they can't speak, helping them use augmentative speaking devices, i.e., their iPad, to press buttons that say, "Hi, um, I am John," or "Hi, I am Jane," or "Mom, may I have a snack?" by pressing 3 buttons, right? So just helping someone speak and communicate and decrease their tantrums. I really enjoyed. That was one of a really fulfilling moment that I had, and also working with addictions. And I think it's interesting when you say something and you're not sure people actually listen, but in general discussion and dialogue somewhere down the line they repeat something that you said and you're like, "Oh, I had an impact on you. I didn't know you cared," but it really made me
Ah,
feel good. And The cool thing about mental health is if you help one person, you really helping five. Because once you help that one person, you're helping their family, you're helping the people around them, maybe someone from their borough, someone from their workplace, someone from their church, and it,
I
it helps
love that.
combat the stigma. Every person that's helped.
Why do you think there's so much stigma in our community?
I mean, mental health. I mean, we've got a lot of stigma related to just, let's just say, healthcare in general, right? In the African American community, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It took me a while to go to the doctor. Like, I did. It's just something that's just like, I don't feel sick. I ain't sick, so I'm good. But it was
Hmm.
just like, I think the stigma exists from his history. I mean, we've had medical oppression, apartheid. I mean, Black women are still dying at the highest rate related to childbirth. You know, so there's still a lot that we got to overcome. Black men are
Yeah.
dying at the highest rate related to suicide. So I mean, we
Mhm.
got a lot of issues and barriers that it's like, hey, are you here to help us? Then why haven't you helped yet? Um,
Right.
and I think sometimes it's just some people are. I mean, it just exists. I mean, no one wants to be called crazy. No one wants to be, you know, labeled as, oh, there goes that person who went into the. Let's do it like this for the people listening. How many people have broken the leg? How many people have experienced a psychotic break? It's just that energy that comes with it that makes people feel uncomfortable. But in
Right.
all actuality, if we talked about it more, you'd probably be surprised. A lot of people, 1 in 6, has experienced some sort of mental health, anxiety, overwhelm, depression. Um,
Hmm.
it's normal. It's the most unnatural thing is to control ourselves. It's not human design for us to control our emotions the way that we do. But because we have these laws, societal norms, and these different policies and procedures, we have to learn to kind of regulate our emotions. And sometimes it's not the most comfortable time, but that's the way life is. And we have to make those adjustments. And that's what a counselor can help you do.
I love the part when you said regulating our emotions. It wasn't until I was in therapy, and first of all, I never even knew the difference between reacting and responding. And I
Yeah,
never realized that I pretty much navigated my entire life as a big a reactor.
yeah. I
Talk
think,
about emotional dysregulation, right?
right. Like, but I mean, that's a thing. Like, there's people are in two spaces in life. If I was to break it down, you know, there's survival mode, right? And then we also have comfort. And a lot of times people are in survival mode and they don't understand that survival mode isn't like you can be comfortable. Comfortable is way better than survival mode, but survival mode is a mode that we normalize in a lot of spaces to the point where it's like, I feel uncomfortable when I'm comfortable because I'm so used to being on the go or protective, um, just having that protective feature, protect after your siblings. Black Girls Rock. That's why I love that organization because a large part of their platform is re-educating adults on how to play. Playing
Mm,
is important. We have to play. Like we lose that, and we become complacent because we're in this space where it's like, oh, I'm grown. Like, yeah, but if you're truly grown, you understand that it's important to play and know how to have fun and enjoy yourself without being on edge or feeling like you're in survival mode.
yeah. Ye- Yeah. That edge part, that was a trigger for me.
Uh oh.
Not
Yeah.
in a bad
It's
way,
a safe
but
space. We're real life
it,
people and we experience real life issues, and we need to talk about it so we can help the next person.
absolutely. And I love how you said, how would you say if one person gets help, it helps at least five people?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It normalizes the stigma. I mean, it normalizes mental health. I'm sorry, and it combats the stigma and it allows people to understand that, dang, they helped little Kenny. I didn't know that Kenny could even be helped. Like,
Right.
I want my grades to go up.
It's so I was at work And I
Mm-hmm.
remember I was working on someone and a patient, and I was saying, okay, so we need to make the next appointment. And then the mom, who I didn't know was a therapist or is a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
and she said to her daughter, "Oh yeah, appointment. I gotta make sure and get a therapy appointment for you. Do you know everybody at my job?" Turned around and looked. You would have thought she had said her daughter was the spawn of Satan or something, the way the record scratched and stopped. But I get it, I get it because
Mm-hmm.
I was that person a long time ago till I found my ass up in therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's a good space to be. It shows
Hmm.
that you care. I think, especially for teenagers, like I applaud your coworker for putting her teenager in there or her child, because what a lot of people fail to realize is the desire to belong is more important than safety for teenagers.
Oh
So,
wow,
a teenager like,
that's deep.
um, will I'm just gonna throw this out there. Look it up on your own time. It's called Shaker Heights. The Shaker Heights study is an affluential neighborhood in Ohio. Um, a black African American affluential neighborhood in Ohio. Everyone, not everyone, but we'll say doctors, lawyers, what is it? What's the big one? Engineers. They run the world, right? So
Okay.
engineers, computer science, everyone's pretty well to do financially. However, their children were struggling in high school. The grades were bombing. They didn't understand, why are my kids not doing well? I mean, I'm giving
Hmm.
them the best of the best. I just don't understand. What was happening is their kids were going and trying to assimilate and find like-minded friends in spaces to identify and define their blackness, to reaffirm their blackness and what blackness looked like to them. And by their desire to belong, they felt like their grades were dropping. I don't want to go to college. Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't. Like they're
Right.
not performing the way that they should. And what came from that study is these children, their social circles weren't diverse enough. So they were creating their own autonomy in these spaces where education and achieving was not beneficial. And instead of their parents putting them in a space where they can still reaffirm what blackness looks like, from a educated space, like putting their kids in spaces where black people are performing well, they were
Hmm.
finding their own spaces, and they were finding people who weren't really doing so well. But if you diversify your child and you put them in counseling, or you put them in, some people use religious like church, or if you put them in a sport, or you put them in, um, Black Girls Rock, or Boys and Girls Club, these different spaces where it's okay to be smart, or STEM groups or summer camps,
Right.
then they build these friendships and these allies with other youth who look like them and who are also educated and motivated like them,
Mm.
and they don't feel less than. And these people
Mm.
also still like Drake. These people still also like Future, Lauren Hill. They like all the, they are black. They enjoy the blackness. So I think it's important. I really applaud your coworker for putting their teenager in therapy. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. It was enjoyable to hear. So let's get into tonight's topic. And also, if anyone, not if people who are listening on my personal page, I got a message that you cannot comment. If you would like to comment, go over to my business page. The just search Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together and it will come up. And if this is a replay, make sure and type replay in the comment section and let me know which part of the country or the world, because I'm global, Nick.
Hey, turn up. Pop your
Yes.
collar.
Yeah,
There it is.
and I sure will. All right, here we go. Reasons why you may feel stuck in life.
Right?
As we both exhale.
Woosah. All right. Because we've been there. I think, first and foremost, let's just put it out there. It's common. It's a common feeling to become stuck. And for some people, there's a multitude of reasons. So these aren't all inclusive. But I mean, some common reasons people get stuck. You've outgrown your situation. Um, you're at a crossroad. So you're just stuck because you're not sure heads or tails. Do I go to the party? Do I not go to the party? Or it's deeper than that. Um,
Mm.
do I allow my parents to move in with me, or do I say no? You know, another reason sometimes people feel stuck is they're not updating their goals. So they have,
Ooh,
woo.
that's what we doing. Damn.
Just because you have a 5-year plan on year 3 doesn't mean you can't update the 5-year plan. I need you to come with that heat, and I need you to really make it worthwhile. So there's number 4. The reason people might get stuck is because their initial goal wasn't worth the investment. It wasn't worth the action. The actionable steps, right? That's a common phrase they try to use in the boardroom. So it's like you were like, okay, this is my goal. I want to do A, B, C, D. All right, I accomplish A. The time I get to B, you might decide, I don't even want to do C anymore. I don't want to be a pediatrician anymore. So do I just get stuck? No, you got to realign your goals. What is your 5-year plan? And then also you need to ask yourself another reason sometimes people get stuck is because of their social circle. So what does that look like?
Ooh.
Is your best friend really, like, sometimes you have to look at yourself and just say, um, I need new friends. And it's okay to say that. I know a lot of times loyalty, right? People put a big title on it and a lot of weight on it. But don't forget to be loyal to yourself. It's going to be really big, as it relates to expanding and figuring out what's the best way to achieve is being loyal to yourself. Um,
Wait, can we back up a little bit?
yeah, let's do it.
So when you say find a different circle,
Hmm.
I understand what you I just need a little more clarity. Does that
Let
mean you've
me.
outgrown that circle, or does that mean you are, hey Fallon, hey Adrian? We're already getting comments. Before I go on any further, Adrian Nash said, pay attention to the birds you're flocking with.
Woo. Hey, Adrian gets it. She understood the assignment.
Right.
you know, like, so
What if
let's go with
someone
this.
fit?
Let's go with
Okay,
Adrian's comment, if you don't mind, like, because that's a perfect segue.
absolutely.
Identity capital.
Ooh, let me write
If you
that
don't
down.
take nothing from tonight's scenario or podcast, uh, Ursula and friends, Black girls get your shift together. Um, everybody, identity capital. So, what's identity capital? Identity capital is the resources that we have and things that we've learned that allow us to connect with other people, and they help us engage and expand our network. Okay.
Example, please.
Let me break it down. Right. So,
Break that down.
so identity capital. All right, let's do this. You better tell it. Hey, all right. So it's good to see you. So, if you're in a space, we'll just do something simple. Nike and Adidas. Okay.
Okay.
So if I see you in public, I'm wearing Nike, you're wearing Nike. I might
Hmm.
walk up to you and say, "Hey, checks over stripes." At that point in time, I've built a connection with you just because we have that common identity. So identity capital. So I do mental health. You're interested in mental health. You do mental health as well. That's our identity capital. That's the currency in which we are exchanging information. It's worth. That's what's going to bridge the gap. Did you know that 65% of jobs that are available don't even make it to Indeed or on the posted website?
Oh.
People learn about these jobs because of their identity capital and their soft relationships. So shout out to Meg J.
Mm.
She's a psychiatrist. I'm sorry, psychologist that's really big on redefining your 20s, and she talks a lot about it. So as it relates to your identity capital, you want to find a space that allows you to grow and be open to growing so we don't get stuck. So
Oh,
if we're looking for different people as it relates to like love and belonging and relationships, expand. So don't be afraid to go to bingo night.
right, right.
Don't be afraid to go to church. Don't be afraid to go to a play. Don't be afraid to go to a diner. Don't be afraid to read a new book. Don't be afraid to just learn as much as you can in your knowledge base, because those things that you know and those things you're able to discuss will allow you to open more doors and have discussions with more people and build relationships with people you might not have been able to build a relationship with.
Well, what about that person who will stay stuck? I don't want to say stay stuck, but
Hmm.
they're so stuck that they don't know how to make that first step. It may seem easy to some people, but there may be some people they almost have that paralysis.
Yeah. So for them, I'm really big on baseline, right? So
Hmm.
as it relates to baseline, what is a baseline? Let's define it. So a baseline is, if my way doesn't work, I'm willing to ask for help. Or if plan A doesn't work, if I sell my house or I start considering going to the pawn shop, that's when I'm going to reevaluate my lifestyle. I'm going to continue on my journey to do whatever I want to do. But after I'm living paycheck to paycheck for at least 1 year, I'm going to ask for help. Or now at this point in time, I need to reassess. Okay,
Mm.
I'm selling nicks and dimes, or I'm I'm peddling, working a nine to a basic, you know, employment, but I know I have, you know, I'm living a baloney lifestyle, but I got filet mignon dreams.
Yes.
How long do you continue on before you say this isn't working? So that's what your baseline is. That's when you sell yourself how long you literally you put a metric on it. So
Mm.
I am willing to ask for help, or I'm willing to reevaluate my approach towards reaching that stake if I start to cut my friends off, if I start to drink more than 3 times a night, if I start to smoke weed before 9 a.m. or before noon, you know, where's your baseline and your metrics that say, all right, I need a new plan because this isn't working?
I love what you said about put a metric on it. I never thought about it like that.
Mhm.
Never. That's some good stuff. May I read a couple of comments?
Yeah, please.
The people are feeling you,
Yeah.
Nick.
WGC today.
Yeah. Adrian Nash said, break it down. Adrian, thank you for your comment. In Tati's Corner, I like that name. Tati's Corner said, break it down. And Fallon, this was cute. She said, identity capital. She's taking notes with it.
That's huge.
And
This really
apparently,
is.
yeah, I actually wrote it down so I can put it in my journal. I learned something from every guest that I have. And I have different journals,
Hmm.
but I also have my podcast journal. So I
Oh,
put little
okay.
nuggets that I learned from people, and I always keep my pen right here. And then
Are you a journaler in general? Like, you know.
no, well, yes, I am now. I wasn't until I started therapy, and my therapist suggested that I journal, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I like using my hands. I'm very creative, but
Okay.
I found my baseline,
Hmm.
and she
There you
said,
go.
do the journaling. And because I was searching for that baseline, that benchmark,
Hmm.
I started doing it. And then it was more of a ritual. And now it's just a habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I keep it on the side of my bed. I have a shadow work coach, have a shadow work journal. Like I keep them
Yeah.
just everywhere because I got a lot going on up in this head, but I have to get it out.
Hmm.
So yeah, yes, I am a journaler.
Yeah. Some
Um,
people say the worst ink pen is better than the best mind. It's better to write it down
Ooh.
because even the best is gonna forget.
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, the worst ink pen is better than the best mind. Like just journal, just write it down, even if the pen's halfway running out of ink. Just write down that thought. I'm a
That was
business journal. I've been an
mm,
entrepreneur since birth. Is what my friends would say. Um, but I write down ideas and then I'll come back to it later when I have some free time. And I actually have some pretty solid ideas, and it's good to have.
yeah. I love
I
that.
love that you journal or that you write
Thank
your thoughts.
you. Uh Fallon. I love that name. Every time I say it, it just rolls off so easy. Fallon said you got to get to a point where enough is enough.
Shed your last
Agreed.
tear. Yeah, I cried
Yeah,
my last tear yesterday.
really.
gospel, gospel reference.
Oh, okay. You see where didn't go to church.
No, I feel you though. It's just like one of those things though. Enough is enough.
Exactly. And Fallon also said you have good accountability with that metric.
Hmm.
Hmm. And comment now about that. Oh, now about the ink pen.
Mm. uh,
So this is all good stuff. Fallon, thank you for your comments. Oh, and also anyone listening, please, there is a button right over here. I think I can't see it. It's in the lower right hand corner. It says subscribe. Please click on that subscribe button so that you know you will always get notifications. And
mm.
Fallon said she did grab that gospel reference.
um, yeah, I'm glad you all are picking something up. I try.
Mhm.
I'm just scratching the surface though. I encourage you to consider counseling if you haven't before. And also know that finding a good counselor is like finding a good pair of shoes or finding a
Yes.
good pair of jeans. Sometimes you got to try a few pairs on before you find the ones that you're ready to walk home with, you know?
Hmm. Well, what if a person doesn't know what to do with their life? They feel stuck, but they're just it's they're just existing.
Yeah. And that sucks because depressed people don't want to be depressed, right? And it's a reality that depressed people who experience depression can't necessarily see a brighter future. They want to, but it's hard for them to imagine at times. Excuse me. So I am there's a couple different techniques. There's some breathing exercises, and then there's also let's just break it down into daily tasks. Let's not even look at 5 year. Let's not even look at 1 year. Let's break it down to a daily goals. Daily goals are beautiful for that space. I don't know if it started from people's parents saying, before I get home, you better have A, B, and C done, or
Oh,
what?
geez. Trigger. Ooh, I'm triggered right now. I literally felt something. Damn.
But daily goals, the beauty is now you get to establish them. So your daily
Yeah.
goal could be something like, all right, I am going to clean up the nightstand tomorrow. If I don't do anything else, I'm gonna clean up the nightstand. Or I am going to do some laundry, or at least get started on the laundry. Let's not even complete the whole thing. Let's just get started. So just small, simple tasks. And then once you get that momentum rolling, it can really help get the day started and help with those positive regard to help you improve. Another
Hmm.
technique would be positive affirmations.
Yeah.
If you really don't know, sometimes the affirmations, repeating statements, I am important, I am strong, I am not defined by my sadness, um, I can achieve, I am lovable, um,
Yeah.
I'm a big deal, you know.
Yes.
By saying that, you might not believe it at the time, but the mantra can help carry you over until you're in a space where you believe it. And then for people that are stuck, another one that I really love, and I'm just going to put it out there, is pet therapy, because an animal can cause you to get out of bed because you don't want them crapping your carpet, And then as you walk them outside to use the bathroom, before you know it, guess what? The sun might accidentally hit you on your face.
Oh,
Endorphins might start flowing. You might accidentally smile. And then, boom, just like that, you cracked a smile and you didn't even want to. So just that forward momentum can really carry and help you out throughout the day and throughout your journey.
I never thought about it like that with the pet therapy. I mean, I'm familiar with the emotional pet or emotional support dog,
Hmm.
but I never thought about it as far as making it part of your routine to get up. Because you're right, you don't want the dog to go to the bathroom. That's really good.
Thank
Uh,
you. Just
yeah,
scratching the surface. All right, let's do a breathing exercise. Um, if you're open to it.
absolutely.
All right, so for someone that needs to get charged, all right, let me ask you this. Do you want to do a breathing exercise for someone with anxiety or for someone that is down and they need to get pumped up?
I would say down and want to get pumped up.
Okay. All right, let's try it.
Okay.
So, for the listeners, sit back in a comfortable position and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. This goes without saying, but please don't be operating any motor vehicles. All right. So, I want you to breathe in your nose for a count of 4 and out your mouth for a count of 3. Breathe in your nose for a count of 6 and out your mouth for a count of 3. Breathe in your nose for a count of 4 and breathe out your mouth for a count of 3. Breathe in your nose for a count of 6 and out your mouth for a count of 3. All right. That was good work. How did you feel? And
Very relaxed.
yes, you should feel relaxed, but you should also feel energized
Yeah,
because
my chest feels open.
there it is, because you're breathing, you're breathing in more. When you get into counseling and you start looking at mental health, you're going to cross diasporas with yoga, meditation, sounds, um, brain stimulation,
Hmm.
bilateral stimulation. So
Oh,
there's a
what's
lot.
that?
All right, so bilateral stimulation is it emulates, it's our body's natural way of healing itself. Okay.
Huh.
So when we go into our deep sleep of like REM sleep, when we're in our deepest sleep and our eyes are moving back and forth really fast,
Hmm.
that's because our body is healing itself. We're activating both sides of our mind, the left and the right side. And the way that we can naturally emulate that and allow our body to heal itself is some people do self tapping because we're stimulating both sides.
I've heard of
Um,
tapping.
or some people that play instruments. Research has shown the reason that they're able to process a lot of different things is because you're using both hands, right? You're using both sides of your body simultaneously. Some people just pat their thighs back and so just bilateral stimulation. Some people even just do eye movement, and
Hmm.
it's created by a really brilliant woman named Dr. Shapiro. She was going through a stressful situation. She went to walk her dog after said stressful situation, and as she was walking through the park, she noticed that she was looking left and looking right. And as she was looking left and looking right, she noticed that her stress and anxiety started to decrease. And
Really?
she did some research and said, I wonder if there's something to the eye movement. She put her team on it, and then they realized that it was really helpful. So this is called EMDR, eye movement. I'm sorry, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So
Right.
the EMDR therapy is leading therapy as it relates to helping people with trauma. It
Hmm.
allows your body to naturally heal itself through different things that might have occurred by using that bilateral stimulation, along with instilling some positive thoughts and positive um, I guess, yeah, positive statements along the way.
That's some
Yeah.
good stuff right there. I've heard a couple of my therapist friends refer to what is it, EMDR?
MDR. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I have a couple comments.
Mhm.
Adrian said that you have such a Zen vibe. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Yeah, matter of fact, while I'm getting ready to read these, if you all go to Nick's Instagram page, I'm gonna drop the link right now during this stream, and he talks just like this. This is
Yeah.
this is really how he
Yeah.
talks. If you see him on his post, so I just dropped his Instagram. So you all make sure go there and follow him. And Fallon with the pretty name said, "This is so good, the daily goal," when you're talking about the metrics of it all.
Yeah, thank you, Fallon. I appreciate it. LaFleur. I like your last name.
Yeah, she's got a cool name. And she's pretty too. I've seen her picture. And Tati's Corner, she said, small, reasonable goals. And Fallon also said, get your dog and name him Sunshine. That's
There you
cute.
go. I
And
love it. That's energy.
referencing the breathing techniques, AL said thank you. And Fallon's heart is pumping from that.
Mm.
And she also said that it's good. Yeah, I understand the part with the chest pumping because my chest felt wide.
And that's sometimes all we need to just get started for the day. You know, a solid breathing exercise. It can really take you a long way. You know, and let's like put this out there.
Yeah.
The good days take care of themselves. So the reason we do this
Mm.
exercise and we do these techniques, it's not for the good days. I don't need this, fine. But the best thing you can ask your mentor, the best thing you can ask anybody you are close to, the best way is to ask them how do they handle their bad days? Because
Mm.
everybody has bad days. If I think that's the best way to dismantle the stigma of mental health is by simply embracing bad days and just saying, hey, how do you handle them? Because once we can identify techniques and strategies to overcome those bad days, it makes living with life a lot easier. Once we normalize bad days as a part of the ebb and flow of life and growing up and maturing, the the better things I think will be for you as an individual trying to accomplish your goals, listening to this podcast, or for the people around you. Sometimes it's just be vulnerable and share and say, "Man, I'm just having a bad day."
Exactly. And it's okay instead of putting that mask on that everything is okay and
Mhm.
and you crumbling on the inside.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's huge. It happens more than people realize. I think mental health is a cute trigger word. A lot of people like it. Yeah, stigma, mental health. It's cool. It's fun. It's nice. But it's a different story when you actually live this life and someone calls you and they're like, I don't feel like living anymore. Those are the moments that's me. I can't look left. I can't look right. It's my time to shine. So that's when, I have to use coping techniques and I have to build that rapport with said individual and just be like, hey, just for a moment, 60 seconds in a minute. We didn't ask for it, we didn't choose it. But if we have to use it, we're not going to abuse it. What are we going to do for the
Mm.
next 60 seconds? Let's
Mm.
let's break this down. I mean, are we going to jump? Are we going to kill ourselves? Are we living for our kids? Are we living for our mom? What are we doing?
Right.
Like, what are we doing? How can we figure this out together? Um, and then let's talk about some different scenarios. So I think it's really important to allow people to space to really express themselves and let them know that it's okay to talk to somebody if you need help or if you're having a bad day.
Hmm.
Just normalize bad days.
I love that. Um,
All right, you in the hot
yeah,
seat.
I was gonna say
How do
something
you
else,
handle
but
your
I'm gonna
bad
skip
days,
on that.
Ursula?
Yeah. So may I put up this graphic, the
Yeah.
one that we talked about earlier?
No, Ursula, you got to tell me, how do you handle your bad days? I want to
Oh, I
know.
didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that part. How do I handle my bad days?
Let the people
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, can I say how I used to handle it so they can have a comparison?
Even better. I like the way you think. Let's do it.
So, what I used to do, little did I know, I called myself, oh, I'm just stressed. I'm just going to go take a
Mm.
nap. But little did I
Oof.
know I was disassociating, and that nap lasted for 3 to 5, 18 days.
Woof. Goodness. Good
I'm just
golly.
being honest and
You're a
transparent.
testimony. Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah.
That's your truth. Speak your
But
truth. You
the,
helping somebody.
but because of the jobs I've had
Hmm.
and I have to be on. It is
Okay.
customer service related, So I just little did I know I took that as a mask. So that's how it looked. But you shouldn't be napping that damn long. Straight up. You just shouldn't. And this, oh, I'm stressed. It's like, no, sis, you have disassociated.
Yeah.
Anytime you literally are, okay, I'll say it.
Yeah.
When you drive home, you're like 10 minutes away and you do not remember how you got home. You just literally, oh, I'm I just parked my car.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how I
That's
handled it. And I'm just like, oh, well, let me turn the radio up louder. So
yeah.
what I did, I would run away from it. So
That's
what I
survival though.
exactly, and that's what
Hmm.
it was, surviving, and then the surviving end up being it was just a way of life. But that's all I knew. So why am I going to change the game? But then like Fallon said earlier, I became like enough is enough, and like something just isn't right. So now that I've gone to therapy, still going to see my therapist, the tools that I have learned was definitely the breathing techniques. And my
Wonderful.
therapist, she became she was real, she got real elementary with it to me, and she
Hmm.
gave me this feelings wheel.
Ooh, as she should. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
And so I'll admit, I don't think she watches this, but F it. When she gave it to me, I'm like, little kitty wheel. But you know what? Little
Hmm.
did I know, a lot of us, we're whole adults, but we still navigate as children emotionally. So now it made sense to me. I mean, it had all the colors on it. It was very elementary, but I
Hmm.
never put words to my feelings. So that's
Yeah.
how right now I deal with my bad days. I mean, I don't ignore it anymore, but I also don't sit in it and then or even marinate in it. And when
Yeah.
I do, I am self-aware, like, Ursula, get up. I mean, and little things like if I'm thirsty, sometimes I would just put a bottle of water on the side of the bed. No,
Yeah.
I leave it in the kitchen. So I have to get up out of the bed
I
and
love
go.
it. Where's the applause button? Yes. No, because what you did is you shifted your mindset,
Yeah.
from allowing something to happen to you to now allowing it to happen with you. So if I'm gonna have a
Mm.
bad day, it's not gonna happen to me, but it's gonna happen with me. I am aware that I'm having this bad day and I am embracing this bad day. So because I know my day is bad, the water bottle has to go to the kitchen and I'll go fetch that water instead of just letting it happen and just being in it. I love that. Those are huge.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also went from a survival mode to thriving, and that I know I have all the tools and still learning tools because I'm not 100 million% there, but
We all are. We all are.
exactly. And that I have tools to create my own destiny.
Hmm.
And I had to get my shit together. So now I'm a
Hey.
black girl that has getting her shift together. That's what's going on. You Fallon, you damn right. She said Ursula got her shift together. Yes, ma'am. But I'm still getting it together. That's the beauty of the healing. I'm still getting it together.
Yeah,
So
no, I
that,
appreciate you sharing that because it's helpful for people to hear that and understand what it's like to be in that space and need to grow and wanting to grow but needing help. And then you found that motivation to try a therapist. It's something as simple as a worksheet. Like, this information was untapped knowledge, and then you obtained it. And I mean, you start to flourish and grow even more so. So I love it, and I love where you're at, and I
thank
look
you.
forward to continuing to watch you grow in the future, and
Me
just
too.
grow and just be up. I'm here for it, and I support you in every way.
May I go back to something you said earlier? It really rang in my head when you said earlier
Hmm.
about nah, yeah, changing your circle, but getting new people, acquiring new people in your circle. Because since I've done that, I have a
Hmm.
lot of people I've met on my podcast that we still keep in touch with each other, and then we talk, and it's just about growing. And
Hmm.
I learned something new from them, they learn from me. It's beautiful. So it's about changing your circle, and it's doing that has literally watered my flower, and it's just literally blooming into something amazing.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, like how toxic some relationships were. Like when I do my motivational speeches to the kids, a lot of times it's just about our life as a novel, and we are the main character. And what chapter are you in now? What would be the title of your chapter? And
Oh, that's good,
I,
Nick.
I encourage people to self reflect on the previous chapters and who were some of the people in there. Who was the antagonist? Who was the protagonist? Who was an ally? Who was an enemy? Who's no longer in the book? And
Ah,
who's still in the book? And are they a good person or a bad person? And the future pages are unwritten. That's us. We get to
oh,
write the
that's so
future,
good.
and we get to decide who comes with us, but we also get to decide who gets the boot.
Let me
And maybe
write that
they'll
down.
resurface later down, chapter 35, 94. I don't know. It's up to you to really decide. Maybe you'll win whatever it is. But I encourage people listening to write their book, write their destiny, and pay attention to the characters that are in it. And maybe you need to add some new characters, and that's okay. Because when you set those boundaries, it doesn't just set boundaries for your mental space, but it also allows the people around you to know how you like to be treated. Because
Mm.
it's important that they know.
Leah S. I think this is a new listener. Thank you, Leah, for your comment. She said, yes, thank you for opening up like that. This helps us. And that
Yeah.
goes back to what Nick said, when you open up or go to therapy, it can help 5 people. Bam. And
High
Leah,
five.
and Leah, I'm also gonna need you to subscribe to that channel of mine. Click that button in that corner right there, in that lower right corner. And
Yeah.
Fallon, she's taking notes. She said, what chapter are you in? I'm gonna add, you just gave me an idea, Nick.
What's the title of your chapter, or what's the idea?
I I'm all about journaling. Now my next journal will be my book.
It should
That's
be "You Just Gave Me an Idea, Nick." That's the title of this chapter.
look, let me write that down.
I'll take it. Add it up. I think
I love that idea. I love it, love it, love it.
it's so simple, but sometimes that's what we need to get back to the basics, right?
Right. What about someone who is content being stuck?
I mean, if we're in a place of comfort, we're never going to change. They have to find that motivation and that desire, and especially as it relates to addiction, right? That's one of the toughest battles out there, as it relates to being stuck and complacent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle of the beast. I think
Mm.
I think in terms of helping people become unstuck, sometimes it involves allyship. So finding allies that have similar experiences, right? That identity capital, someone else who can relate to having a family member that's stuck.
But
What
how can they
techniques?
do that if if they are confined, self-confined in their home or in their own mind?
Okay, I think the beautiful thing right now is we're in a technology world. I mean, they can get out. And if you have a family member, because if someone's that stuck, they're not reaching out for help. Um, and if they are reaching out for help, then send them to a counselor. That's what our job is. I can give you techniques to help somebody, but that's like calling the doctor and saying my friend broke their leg, what should I do? Like, they can give you some strategies, but you really just need to encourage them to walk down to the therapist's office, or give them a list of 5 phone numbers of therapists that accept their insurance,
Hmm.
and help them make those calls, because I mean that can go a long way. And sometimes it can, even in terms of being an ally for someone who is just stuck, sometimes it involves you taking a step back and literally just providing them a 50-cent bag of chips and a 50-cent pop, and dropping it off and saying, hey, I was thinking about you,
Mm.
hope
That's
everything's
nice.
going well, and then just walk away, like leave them with their thoughts. And then if they come into a bad space, they'll reach back out, because they know that you're a safe space for them. You actually cared about them at one point in time
Yeah.
when no one else did.
That's pretty dope right there. You know, to ask some friends, don't you think that some friends you could be trauma bonded with them and you just giving some really effed up advice? It's really fucked up for real.
Yeah, 100%. Some of the worst things I've done were because friends told me to do them. I think that comes with the territory. And I mean, I mean, again, that's kind of the disclaimer I threw at the beginning. This is not all inclusive. Every
Mhm.
situation is different. You can't consider someone's parents an ally if their parents are the reason that they're going through the depression. Every time they talk, their parents told them to
Jesus.
shut up. Every time they little ask questions, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, stop talking so much, you always talking, da 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 da, why are you always talking, hush, hush, can you be quiet? What do you think that kid is eventually going to do?
People pleaser.
They're going to be quiet.
Don't you think they can turn into a people pleaser too?
They could, absolutely,
Ugh.
absolutely. It can go a lot of different ways, but it can
Mhm.
become to the point where they don't know how to verbalize emotions. They don't know how to verbalize feelings, because for so long they've been oppressed by their parents, and that's something they're working through in counseling.
This
Hey,
look, this is a meme right here. This is
it's this is common. This is very common. That's why I bring it up, because by educating, I'm hoping that some people can stop telling their kid, "Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, hush, hush,
yeah.
hush," because kids need to know that they can talk to you. They need to know that you are a safe space. They need to know that they have allies in the community who care about their opinions. And your response doesn't have to be shut up. It could be simply take an educated guess, encourage them, because they sometimes, I mean, let's be honest, kids ask the
Good.
questions they know the answer to a
That's
lot,
good.
and it burns parents out. I get it, but we gotta rephrase how we respond.
That's good though. I like that. Educated guess. So Fallon said, and I agree with the next two comments. She
Mhm.
said, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable to grow.
I support that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Pink, hey, Pink Dynamite, we can be group stupid. I agree.
Blind leading the blind.
Totally. Totally. Wow.
Mm.
Oh, there was another question. I was at the tip of my tongue. It'll come back to me. It'll
No,
come back. It was a good question too. But
group stupid is real, but I think, again, that's where you have to have that internal baseline. Like, I'm not
oh, I think we lost him. He's stuck a little bit. Nick, can you hear me? If you can hear me, you can go out and come back in again. Well, until he does that, yes, Pink Dynamite, I agree. We can be group stupid. Um, I can't give names or exact details to protect the innocent, but in my younger days, I've been group stupid and it just didn't work out well. But then being with friends as an adult, it does the same thing of he's probably going to go out and come back in again. But yeah, that group stupid, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And I believe when you practice self mastery, when you have a better sense of self and listen to your intuition, that you won't have to be caught up in the group of it all. Yeah. So if you have any other comments, put them in the group chat right now while we're waiting on Nick to come back. Oh, this is what we can also do. If you have any topics, Pink Dynamite said yes, absolutely. If you all can think of any topics for any future episodes, put them in the comment section right now, would be lovely. For those who are just now getting on, today is my last day for season 3. I'm on hiatus. However, I am going to post old episodes so that everybody will still be in the loop. And then I will restart season 4 January of 2022. So it's very exciting. Yeah, I'm going to take the month of December off to practice some self-care and just disconnect for a while. So I think we've permanently lost Nick. So if anyone, like I said, if you have any topics, oh, thank you, Fallon. She said congrats on season 3. And hopefully Fallon will be a guest season 4. And oh, here comes Nick now. Yeah, Fallon, I'm definitely looking forward to us doing a collaboration. I looked at your website. Nick,
Hey, I'm
hey,
so sorry.
no
I guess
worries.
but rest assured, there was no grease fire or no one burnt the turkey. So I don't I don't know what happened. Thanksgiving, a lot of people on the internet. This is one of the beauties of working virtually.
No worries. Fallon, she said that if she's taken off the first 10 days in January from work. Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Huge. Wow.
Yeah. And Leah, oh, thank you. You're welcome, Leah. You're a new subscriber and you'll be looking for the other ones. Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank you
that's dope.
yeah. You're gonna love the past episodes that I've had. I've learned so much, and a lot of people learned as well. And yes, we can do one for self-care.
Ooh, I would be open to coming back for that.
Hey,
Let me know. I love
I
self-care.
sure will. Let me put that in the notes right now. Nick, season 4. You beat me to the punch because I actually was going to ask you at the end, would you like to come on?
I'm huge for self-care. It's so
Yeah,
important.
it really is. I've done a self-care for boundaries. That was pretty damn good. In Tati's corner, she's like, this is much needed. Thank you. No, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So Nick, we were finishing up with the ladies talking about group stupid.
Yes. I mean, it's a thing. That's when you got to have that baseline and just say, I'm not progressing the way I would like to, right? Just being able to say, something's got to change. And just do that self-reflection. What do you want to change? Do you want to wake up earlier? I mean, let's try that.
Right.
Do I want to work out more? Let's try that. And sometimes another experiment you might have to try is changing your friend group. Like, look, it's too much drama. Every time we go out, or it's not working. I'm not excelling. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, trying to keep up with, like, something's not working. I want to evolve. I want to live a
Right.
lifestyle I just want to evolve. And I'm not evolving.
And it's the evolution of it all.
Hey, one life to live. We're living it.
Right. I'm going to put this graphic up and then we're going to start wrapping it up.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I had a lot of fun today.
Oh, good. So can you see that or want me to?
Yeah.
All right. So Nick, he has already tapped into some of these earlier, but these are some reasons why you may feel trapped or stuck. And what resonates with you the most on
Mm,
this list? Oh, wait, let me read it because this will be in an audio podcast.
oh, right, right,
So,
right. Yeah,
right. So there's 5 reasons. So I'll go in order. You're being passive about your life rather than proactive. 2, you've simply outgrown your current life. 3, you desperately want to fit in and feel normal. Ooh.
yeah.
4, taking on too many responsibilities. We
Oof.
can do a podcast on that.
All right.
And 5, soul loss and lack of life purpose.
Ain't that
Woo!
it?
Which one
Just,
resonates with you the most?
I think in terms of being trapped, I would go with. I feel like outgrown your current life. I think you
Oh,
simply
yeah.
outgrown your current life. A lot of people still go out, nightclub, clubbing, or hanging out with certain people, and they'll simply say, "I don't even like doing that. I'd rather be in the house chilling with said spouse, watching a movie." Like, I think if that's the reality, we got to change up the experiment that we continue to run in over and over again. So
Mm-hmm.
let's stop going out with said folks every weekend, and let's try to engage in a book club, or let's try to go to volunteer at a local boys and girls club or a shelter or a hospital on the cancer unit. Like, let's switch it up and see if we can find
Yeah.
fulfillment another way, because you don't have to hang out with said people if they're not bringing you joy or they're not making you feel better about your life.
I like that. And I think you can direct that to ourselves too. If we don't like the person we are now, we don't have to be with ourselves in that kind of way, that
Mm,
negative way. We can also
mm.
shift, get our shift together and become a person, grow, not becoming a person, but just growing
Yeah.
to the
Nah.
person we'd love to be.
And that's what it's all about. Continuously growing and improving. Kaizen, right? It's a Japanese term for continuing improving of self. Just
Hmm.
that's what it's about. Like, Kaizen, just continue to grow and evolve. If you make a mistake, that's okay. But try to do better next time. I mean, continue to work on it. And there's days for not having good days. Like, that's normal. Embracing that is going to help you um, just manifest everything you can even imagine. Once what's on the other side of fear, everything you ever wanted. So I encourage you to embrace the space that you're in, and allow that to be enough motivation and fuel for you to achieve all the goals and desires that you want. And feel free to
Hmm.
reach out anytime.
Nice. I love it. Um, Listeners, if you all can put what number resonates with you. Fallon says she agrees with number 2 as well. And another comment is, say it again. You don't have to hang out with that person who is toxic, stagnant, crab in a barrel, etc. person.
Hmm.
Fallon, you better speak your speech, sis. I
Yeah.
love it. What resonates with me is number 1.
Mm.
Yeah. That
Hmm.
was some big time feeling stuck there because I I just felt at one point in my life, I just like, you know what? Nothing's gonna change, so I'm not either. And
Hmm.
I became extremely passive and I let the the day dictate me rather than me dictating my day.
All right. Yeah, happen with you instead of happen to you. That's it.
Hmm. And Tati, she agrees with she's number 1 as well. And
Hmm.
Leah is number 4, that you've taken on too many responsibilities. Can we dig into that?
Yeah, I mean, taking on too many responsibilities, sometimes it's busy work instead of meaningful work, right?
Ooh.
Um, Sometimes we normalize working. Yeah, oh my goodness, I worked 60 hours this week. I'm just so exhausted. But then you can't even invest 15 minutes on yourself. Like, you've worked all these hours for somebody else and you can invest 5 minutes, 15 minutes on yourself. And that's a part of just taking on too many responsibilities. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're a busybody, but you're not really making meaningful activities. They're just you're just working to be working instead of working towards a goal or working towards an accomplishment that is meaningful to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is getting that next promotion really gonna make you happy? Because all money ain't good money.
I
Because
know that's right.
with that promotion comes more hours in the office and less time socializing and spending time on yourself, like being able to get that massage, get that pedicure, get that manicure, or just be able to relax. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what number 4 is really speaking to. You've taken on too many responsibilities.
Ooh, that sounds like a superwoman, black superwoman complex too.
Right, it can be tough because it's
And
not meaningful.
exactly, Pink Dynamite says we've been trained to work hard, but not living with purpose.
Mm,
Yeah, and she also, or Leah said exactly, this pandemic has made her realize what you just said, Nick.
wow. Yeah, I know Black women were affected the most during the pandemic in terms of um, their success levels. Like, they they struggled the most throughout the pandemic, because of all these other responsibilities, like the kids not being in school and taking on like household duties, and um, it was tough. It was tough. I think that if we can, you know, find something that's meaningful to ourselves, it can make it easier to obtain. Also, understanding that we don't have to do everything for everybody, but if we can, spread the responsibility, sometimes it can make it easier.
I learned in therapy that not asking for help or continuing to pile on and not ask
Hmm.
is a trauma response as well.
Yeah, like procrastination, self-sabotage.
Oh my God. Why did you
Oh,
just
oh,
trigger me
oh,
just now?
oh,
What?
oh.
Oh, ouch.
I'm not gonna break that one down. No, you're
Ah,
not gonna get a breakdown of that one. Y'all gonna have to just stay tuned because it's hot. We got I'm dropping jewels.
you are. Can we do that for? Oh, let me write that down too. That's
We
season
didn't even
4.
get into core beliefs, right? So, these are all different things that kind of define us as we move forward. We might have to say that for season 4. We don't want to give them everything.
I know, right?
I'm trying to come
Exactly.
back. I don't want to work myself. Uh,
Right. We're gonna practice some self-care.
right.
So yeah, Tati, love when you said core values. And Fallon, yes, I agree. Woof, she said the procrastination and self-sabotage is a good topic. Let me put that down. That's a real thing. All right. So before we go, you all, I just dropped Nick's link, another link to his Psychology Today profile.
Thank
Please
you.
click on that. Absolutely. Please click on that. And if you don't see it, which you should, all the info that I posted in the thread is also in the show's description box. And of course, go to blackgirlsgettingtheirshifttogether.com. So, Nick, couple of, oh wait, what did Tati Fallon say? We're gonna have to give our insurance card and co-pays to Nick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely accept insurance. Aetna, United. I mean, I'm
Keep
here
it
to help.
coming.
If
Hmm.
I'm not going to charge you out of pocket. Like, access to healthcare, it's a whole nother segment.
Right. Oh, let me write that down. That's that's actually a good one too. Okay, Nick, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so I'm not going to hold you up, but I have a few questions to ask.
Okay.
And I'm asking the viewers as well. You Tati said, "Take my money, Nick." Cuz I know you have to get back to your family. All right, viewers, I want you to comment as well. One has to go.
Uh-oh. Sounds like rapid fire. All right, let's do it.
Collard greens, turnips, lumpy cranberry sauce, or mac and cheese. One
Lumpy
has to
cranberry
go.
sauce. Thank you for making it easy. Get rid of the lumpy cranberry sauce for 500. Get it out of there. I could do without.
Okay, so let me scratch out the lumpy cranberry sauce. One
Oh,
has to go. Collards, mac and cheese, turnips. Yeah, or turnips.
I'll probably do turnips. I like my collards and mac and cheese. And then when the juice kind of slides, ooh, that's good eating, girl. That's good eating.
Oh
Uh,
my God. Why did I put lumpy cranberry? Everyone says they got to go. Turnip greens and turnip greens. And yeah, someone said, ooh, okay. Mine
nice.
would have to be collard greens. I hate
Oof.
collard greens. Okay.
What? That was like one of the first meals I tried to cook on my own.
I don't like the smell of it. I just,
Texture. Okay.
oh God, it's the worst. Okay. One has to go. Oxtails,
Hmm.
the traditional turkey, or potato salad.
I'll get rid of the turkey, to be honest. I don't even eat that thing. I'm so burnt out on turkey from like 3 years ago. Just give me a Cornish hen. Let me get some chicken. I'm cool. Give me some Texas Pete. We chilling. I'm in the cut doing my thing, watching some football, playing Uno with my little cousins, cracking some jokes.
I love it.
What
Okay.
about you?
Oh, oxtail for sure.
What? Oxtail spaghetti? I'm country though. I was born in Arkansas, so my level of tolerance is different than most.
Okay, wait. Did you say oxtail and spaghetti? What in the hell? What?
Good thing I didn't
Wait.
say chicken feet. I'm from the deep south. It's different. If you get the right person to cook it, you can't eat everybody's now. I ain't telling you to go to old Charlie's. You gotta go to Barbara Jean's kitchen.
Said Barbara Jeans. Okay, you get some love on the Cornish hens, a hot commodity this year. Okay,
Okay.
one has to stay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. The cousin that always has to leave to go to the car for a minute, the loud auntie, or the toxic grandmother.
Uh, I could definitely do. All right. All right. So one has to stay.
Yeah.
The toxic grandma.
The loud aunt, no, the loud ass auntie,
Okay.
toxic grandma, or the cousin that has to go to the car
Mm.
for 5 minutes.
I'm family oriented. This is a tough one. All right. Rapid fire. I'll say toxic grandma. One has to leave.
No, one has to sit. Okay, one has to stay and one has to leave.
Because sometimes grandma get too drunk. Somebody be like, man, take her home, So somebody take her home. God, why are you still here? Why is she? This is dangerous. This is neglect. All right, and then we get to my cousin. He's got to stay.
Hey, so
And my auntie. We chilling. It's about to be a dance party, everything. It's gonna be a good time.
Alice said, let me read some of the comments and then we'll finish. Alice said, Grandma's got to go. I know that's oops, cousin that goes to the car can stay. The drunk auntie can stay telling the truth. Uh, and someone said that they all can go. Wait. Wait, Tati said all of them can go. But I'll take the cousin though.
Right. You mess around, be past your bedtime. Like, they all can go.
Oh my God. Oh, that's some good stuff. So I see there's a lot of people. I don't know who it is, but
Mhm.
again, please subscribe to the channel. Look in the lower right hand corner. It should be a gold box that says subscribe. Make sure and subscribe. And make sure when you subscribe, you hit the notification bell.
Mhm.
Because some people are they subscribe, but they're not getting the notifications. That bell will definitely give you notifications. And also make sure and check out my audio podcast. It's Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together on all streaming platforms. Just search that name. And I think that, oh, of course, go to Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together for some coaching packages. And Nick,
Yeah.
please tell the people where they can find you, anything you'd like to promote.
Okay. Yeah.
Floor is
So you could
yours.
Instagram WGC today. Again, WGC Right Group Counseling today. And you can just go to my website, rightgroupcounseling.com, wgctoday.com. Um, I mean, just give me a call, 434-448-4044.
Can you repeat all of that again, please?
Yeah. WGC today.
Hmm.
That's my Instagram. And you can also use that same handle to find me on the internet, wgctoday.com. Ask about the one free counseling session. Um,
Oh, nice.
and just reach out. I mean, I'm everyday people, believe it or not. If you can't tell already, I just have a concentration in mental health, and it's something I really pride myself in. It's my job to care about your feelings. So reach out. I got a workbook coming out soon, along
Nice.
with a journal, and just stay tuned. Stay linked in, and then you'll learn more about me as I continue to grow. And I want to make sure that you grow as well.
I love it. Oh, one more thing. You all subscribe or follow me on Instagram. Okay, I don't have the flyer yet, but the flyer will look like this. Okay, it's purple and it's called Talking Dope Shift. Anyway, I am one a third of this beautiful group of ladies. We've come together. So it's Tashura Talks. You get it?
Hmm.
Talking. Then there's Erica Warren. She's the host of Dope Discussions podcast. That's the dope part. And I am the Black girl who's getting her shift together. So together we've come together and we're talking dope shift.
Mm.
So our topic, which is this Saturday at 8 o'clock. Just go to my Instagram page and we're going to stream so you can't miss it. It's going to look like this flyer. And this topic is, I will tell you now. Oh,
Religion and sex. Was
no,
that one?
that was a good one. That's the old flyer. I just wanted people to notice what it looks like. That was
That
a
was
good
heat.
stream.
Yeah, good energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was on one of the recordings. I like how you, yeah.
Awesome.
A
Yeah,
little
those ladies
research.
are dope. We have a really good chemistry. But our topic Saturday is your type. Is it good for you? And is it a
That's
healthy preference or a void filler? And how can the thing that attracted you become the same thing that made you incompatible?
mm, mm, mm. And you ain't even talking about cell phones. Dig it.
That part. Oh, you know what? Nick,
Let me know. What's up? What you thinking?
you are a black man that has his shift together.
Hey, thank you. I've been branded. Mm,
You all, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving with your family. Enjoy your food. Remember, you've done some great work on your self development, your self mastery. Don't let one day with some turkey or oxtails around some potentially toxic ass family members set your ass back. Push forward, learn to say no, hold your boundaries firm tomorrow during the holiday. Just do it. It feels better. Oh, everyone said happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, and thank you for being here. That's what they told you.
Yeah. Be
So
safe,
yeah.
stay smart.
Say that again.
Said be safe, stay smart. Have a good
Yes.
holiday.
You all, good night. Remember, tune in so you can see the past episodes. And I'll see you. Oh, I may have a pop-up, but I'll see you January 2022.
For the queen, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and booty walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun-kissed goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti, black girl magic, melanin popping, whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a